So what was the vision when you decided that 20 years ago you were going to open the Denver Wrangler?
Well, I wanted to open a bar where, guys feel comfortable. And I basically went out into the community the 6 months prior to that and did exit interviews with a lot of my now current clients.
A little market research.
Yeah, to find out what they would want. If they had a new bar in town, what kind of things would you like? And then my business partner at the time was a computer science major, so he put it all together, and months and months and months of these interviews, and we compiled them and found out what people wanted.
And that was?
Well, the number one request from the public was a place that only had men, that was exclusive to men.
And this was about 20 years ago?
It was 20 years ago, yeah.
So when you first opened that 20 years ago, was there a stir about it? Was there any sort of reaction to that?
Yes.
There was, right from the beginning?
Right from the beginning.
Tell me about that.
The biggest backlash we got was from the drag community, and it was, we instituted a gender matching ID policy. So
from the very beginning?
No, it took about 6 months because we were not doing well. And we went back to our list and, are we doing this? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? We weren't.
To answer the request of the market.
Right, the exit interviews, the interviews that we did with people before. And, friendly bartenders was on there. Oddly enough, inexpensive drinks was like 13 or 14. It was way down on the list. But the number one thing was we want a place to go where there's just people like us. We want to be exclusive. We want...
So how did that manifest itself after your first 6 months? How did the drag community let you know that they were...
Any way they could. Any way they could. They, a lot of phone calls.
Because they wanted to book a drag show there, or?
No. They just felt that I was discriminating against them.
Uh-huh.
There were a lot of cries of discrimination.
Was it a surprise to you that you got that reaction that early?
The magnitude of the response was what surprised me. I mean, I expected a lot of complaints, but it was brutal for a couple of months. But as soon as the policy was instituted, our sales nearly tripled. And so I thought I was doing the right thing for the business because
that's what your customers want.
That's what my customers wanted. And I got a lot of accusations. Oh, Chris, we know you hate drag queens. I'm like, no, I don't. I do not. Well, you hate transsexuals. I'm like, no, I do not. I do not. I only am trying to provide a place for my clients and trying to give them what they want.
That sounds like a very complicated place to be as a business owner and a member of the LGBT community.
It is. It was. We were, all of us, and I'm speaking for my crew, were vilified. And year after year after year went by, and it became a heavier and heavier load for everyone to support. And we moved last year in this month. We've been there a year. And when we moved, we dropped the policy. Because there was an incident 2 or 3 years ago.
You dropped what policy?
The gender matching ID policy. We don't have that anymore.
Okay.
And
the reason I pause is because until just last Monday, as we filmed this, or the Monday before, your website ID policy still had the same policy on it.
I know. I had to take over the web. I lost some people during this transition, and I had to take over in many, many capacities. And it wasn't until Matthew Shepard said, you might want to check your website because it's not correct. We did change the policy nearly a year ago, and it was kind of a silent thing. And
why was it silent?
Well, I don't know. I didn't want to face the backlash that we're going through right now. And as time went by, I just realized we have to do this. We have to make a public statement.